In this training video, we're going to be looking at level 1 of our infantry doctrine, individual tactics. Individual infantry tactics are focused on the individual foot soldier. This is the foundational level, which we will build on as we progress through the rest of your training. This level of training is designed to give you the tools to increase your own individual competence and confidence. Tactics are not a strict or set way of doing things, but they are instead based on options. Options in your personal bag of tricks that you can tweak and choose before or during a combat situation that will increase the chances of your own survival. They should not be seen as a replacement, but instead in addition to the set of skills you currently have. We do not know when an enemy will throw a grenade and it pose a threat, nor can we know when we're being flanked by an enemy who has maintained the element of surprise, but we can understand common situations that occur on a regular basis, prepare for them, and implement them into our playstyle through planning, tactics, and training drills. Training drills are designed to ingrain new skills into your subconscious through repetition. This means, without the need to pause for thought, you're more likely to react faster and more efficiently when you encounter a situation you've already trained for. Weapon proficiency. Standing gives you a large profile, but it allows you to move quickly, offers the lowest accuracy, and is the most effective at close to medium range. Crouching has a medium-sized profile. It allows you to move at a medium pace, offers medium accuracy, and is most effective at medium range. Prone has the smallest profile. It allows you to move slowly, offers the highest accuracy, and is most effective at medium to long range. Full auto is when your gun automatically fires, offering the highest recoil. Burst fire is when you shoot a burst of about 3 bullets, offering medium recoil. Single fire is when you shoot one individual bullet at a time, offering the lowest recoil. Range or weapon envelope is the most appropriate distance for your weapon system. Bullet drop is affected by distance and the velocity of your weapon. Some optics allow you to set the range, also known as zeroing in, to compensate for bullet drop. If you shoot at someone that's outside the weapon envelope, you're more likely to give away your position rather than kill him. When looking down your crosshairs or scope, you may see clearly, but the barrel of your weapon may not. Ensure your weapon is clear of any obstacles. Stamina is affected by posture, movement, profile, holding your breath, and the weight of all your combined equipment. If you have low or depleted stamina, your overall accuracy and aim is affected due to fatigue. A secondary weapon is usually a pistol, but in some games can be an assault rifle, sniper, or shotgun. If you're still in a firefight and you run out of bullets on your main weapon, switch to your secondary weapon. Switching to a secondary weapon is faster than a reload. Reloading. Reloading is when you swap a magazine that is depleted of ammunition to a magazine that contains ammunition. A dry reload is when you've fully emptied your gun, magazine and barrel, resulting in a longer reload time. Not only do you need to replace the magazine, but you also need to chamber a bullet. Attack or tactical reload is when you've at least one bullet left in your chamber, resulting in a quicker reload time. As you already have a bullet in your chamber, all you need to do is replace the magazine. Cover versus concealment. Solid cover comes in the form of a thick piece of concrete or man-made block, a natural rock or hill, or sandbags that will stop small arms fire from penetrating through. Temporary cover comes in the form of building walls that are vulnerable to RPGs, stationary vehicles that can blow up, wooden boxes and signs that will eventually be destroyed, and that doesn't prevent small arms fire penetrating through. Position yourself so that the object or obstacle is between you and your enemy. Tunnel vision is where you're fixated on one specific angle or target. This, more often than not, will simply get you flanked and killed. Peeking cover multiple times will allow the enemy to place their weapon systems where they expect you to expose yourself. Return fire from different positions of the cover you're using. Maintain all round security. The angles that you need to cover are your front at 12 o'clock, left oblique at 10 to 11 o'clock, left flank at 9 o'clock, right oblique at 1 to 2 o'clock, right flank at 3 o'clock, and rear at 6 o'clock. Prioritise threats that are an immediate danger to yourself or to other team members. You can use more than one piece of cover to minimise how much of your body is exposed to the enemy. Concealment comes in the form of bushes, smoke grenades or enemy corpses. Concealment is where you are hidden or preventing yourself from being seen. Concealment doesn't offer you protection from small arms fire. A bush offers you concealment, allowing an enemy unit to pass by, attack from back to front, as the enemy at the front will be put into a state of disarray and confusion. You can use concealment to move. For example, you need to cross a danger area such as a road. Placing smoke in the middle of yourself and your enemy will obstruct the enemy's line of sight. This allows you to reposition and engage the enemy on your terms. Fire superiority. It's important to understand when either you or your enemy have fire superiority. Either you or your enemy are unable to return fire effectively and accurately, or unable to observe clearly when using cover. To gain fire superiority, you must force the enemy to take cover by using direct and indirect suppressive fire. Calling for support may allow you to do this. When you have fire superiority, you can move without being shot at or seen. When you see an enemy, shooting directly at them should force them to take cover or be killed. Waiting for an enemy to appear again, then shooting directly at them should force them to stay in cover. When your enemy has taken cover, you should keep them suppressed by shooting around the cover. Shooting rubble around the area where the enemy is taking cover will create falling debris that will also disorient the enemy. Movement and evasion. Running on the line. This is an invisible line between you and your enemy. In this example, it's represented by the yellow line on the road. If either of you are travelling on this line, you make yourself an easy kill. Moving left and right of the line will increase your evasion and chances of survival. Sometimes add an extra left or right to mix it up. Change your profile by adding a jump, crouch or prone to your zigzag. Instantly run 90 degrees left or right in order to break the line. By running horizontally instead of vertically, you make yourself a harder target to hit. Look at your next piece of cover before you move from your current piece of cover. Estimate your travelling time to be no more than I'm up, they see me, and I'm down. You are trying to make an inexperienced enemy waiting in an ambush or good shooting position to open fire early and give away their position. If you're on a wall or solid piece of cover, back up a few steps from the cover you're on, then run out of cover but then straight back into cover. Combat. Is your target hostile or friendly? Become familiar with what uniform your team's using to help differentiate between friend and foe. Is your enemy an immediate threat or not? If so, begin firing straight away while moving into cover. If not, think about your next move before doing it, because you may compromise your position or lose the element of surprise. Try not only aim with your mouse or joystick, but also with strafing. By strafing left or right, you can fine-tune your aim to increase your accuracy. Practice this on stationary objects in the game or at a target range if your game has one. Roles of engagement is set by your unit leader. Ceasefire means stop shooting. Observe PID, positive identification, unless of imminent threat to life. Return fire only. If an enemy begins to shoot at you, you can return fire. Shoot on sight. If you see an enemy, you can fire immediately. Pre-firing is when you aim your gun at where you expect or know an enemy is, you start shooting at the location while you're behind cover, then move out of cover. Use hipfire when in CQC, close quarters combat. Aiming down sights will make it harder for you to follow your target. If you open fire first, then chances are you'll win the firefight. If your enemy opens fire first, then you become suppressed and your crosshairs begin to move erratically, creating less accuracy. If you lose the initiative, take cover, reassess, and get ready to move, because your enemy is going to push your position. If you kill an enemy from one position, you should move to a second position. Enemies are likely to return to the last location they died, or your last known position. Retreat to where you see your first position, or advance to the route that the enemy is most likely to take when returning from spawn. You can advance towards an enemy while they're reloading or using medication. This is where they are most vulnerable. You may be able to hear an enemy reload, in pain, or using medication. Be advised, they may draw their secondary weapon when they hear your footsteps, or an enemy may be using medication as bait. Flanking is where you manoeuvre to a position on the enemy's side. A flank allows you to position yourself and also gives you an advantage, because the enemy is usually not expecting you to be there or no longer has suitable cover. You should now be comfortable as an individual soldier. We hope that you've learnt something valuable from this level of training that will assist you in becoming a better player at your game and giving you a better overall gaming experience. If you've got any feedback, either positive or negative, about this level of training, please leave a comment down below. And if you like these kind of training videos, or want to see more tactical team-oriented gameplay, then I invite you to subscribe. And until next time, take it easy.